and, you know, it makes a lot of sense, and the picture is sort of painted coming into it. There might be a world in which there is somewhat of an upset here. We'll check in with our player to watch as well. We do have Lux as the guy. Ultimately, this is, you know, one of my favorite players on this team. He also, within the regular season, has been their best-looking player, the highest statistical player for the side of paiN. So I think it is worth highlighting him, particularly in this tournament, because he's been performing so well.
I'm a big Lux enjoyer as well, and I actually think he has some of the best first bullet accuracy from players out of Brazil, genuinely. But you can just take any name you want, and I think he's got like top 5 first bullet accuracy from the region. So that's my take on Lux. Big fan as well. Either way, we're into this all-important playoff game, second round of the upper bracket. Win this, and you're into the upper bracket final. Huge opportunity here. paiN started their run in the playoffs in this stage because of their success in the regular season. And look at this, it's our boy Lux already in position. He's got 5 players ready to head in his direction. Surely they will not be respecting the smoke. They have to recognize the play that's being made. It's a very obvious play to make if you're playing 4-1. It's exactly why paiN are pushing down mid. They need to get a flank on.
Yeah, they've got to pick up the pace, really. The bomb is going to get planted with limited, if not no resistance. Pretty ridiculous frag comes through to give inSanitY their first. Trade is there from Snow. That kit is there from Snow as well, which I think is the real big deal. But some massive shots being landed ultimately into the 2 versus 2 here. Lux remains all alone, tracking the player with knife in hand. Doesn't check his angles. Didn't really have time to do so. And it will, in fact, be inSanitY to take the pistol.
Yeah, surprising that Lux is the last man to die, considering he was the only player on the B-bomb site once that hit actually come through. But inSanitY not going to ask any questions. Big round out of Shiz in particular. I don't know if he got 2 or 3, but really important frags coming through from him here in the post plant. And inSanitY with the stock standard pistol round. Really nothing particularly special. They knew they couldn't afford to respect that smoke. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on there as paiN throwing that smoke and just trying to buy time for the rotation. So you have to force the issue through it. And speaking of forcing, paiN have spent all their money coming into this round.
Yeah, not sure if I'm a massive fan of it, particularly on Inferno. I think the force buy has died a little bit of a death on this map. Everyone plays so methodical on this map, you know. Really nice 1-2 punch there. Delboni a lot closer than Lux was expecting. So that's the first one that comes in. And in these types of rounds, it is that first kill that can be the elusive one. So B-bomb site looks a little bit nice, but they have complete run-of-the-mill here. Backing way off. So just try and look for a avenue in. I mean, they are spending a lot of time here, Hayes, I have to be honest with you, and that allows paiN Gaming to at least get a bit creative, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they have to go for something slightly out of pocket, having lost the opening frag, and that's why they've stayed with 3 players over towards the A-bomb side. AQZ with his scout. Got a couple people knocking on his door right now. I don't think they're going to wait for an invitation either. Just trying to close the gap against that scout right now. And there's actually been a rotation out of Snow as well. So paiN have got all their pieces on the correct side of the map. But that's just the first part of the setup, of the round. They get completely cleaned up as they get overwhelmed here by the teams.
Yeah. Does indeed make sense. Generally the way that you would expect things to go. Just back to us for a little second while we sort something out. But ultimately, yeah, I think that a keen start for inSanitY, definitely what they wanted, definitely what they needed. One of the big things that we might speak about and that we potentially could lean on, we'll see how it develops, of course, but there's a lot of tape here. paiN are going to be a well-known team on this map, I suppose. That's the only kind of silver lining I might give to inSanitY as they attempt to, you know, pull off the upset here.
Mate, if inSanitY can win on Inferno, then I'd be very impressed and fancy their chances to make the upset happen. That would just be enough of proof to me. I know that it's a good map for inSanitY, but it's a great map for paiN. So even though paiN haven't picked it, I'd be very worried about the favorites here if they lose on Inferno. I don't know, it seems like CT side in Brazil on Inferno is just never reliable. T side, you just watch teams routinely rack up like 8-4, sometimes even 9-3 halves on their T side, and that's not even enough to lock in the job. I mean, I feel like it's not so much that teams struggle on the CT side of this map. I just think that the playstyle of Brazilian teams works really well on the T side, like of Inferno, where you can kind of just poke and prod the entire map and force gunfights at your own will and back your individual ability. It just seems to work really well for T sides from this region. So, I don't know, inSanitY started off strong. Let's see what they can rack up in this first half.
Yes, they have looked good thus far. I think one of the things that I always lean on is just the pistol being an inconsistent factor. The flashes are good here, though, and that is a great start. Super, super confident from inSanitY. Exactly what you need to lay down if you are to, you know, take it to paiN here. We're ultimately speaking them down, unfortunately, and they know about it. They know that they are the underdog, the unexpected victor, and they're playing completely against the current right now.
Yeah, you talk about how paiN looked to assert themselves in that round by taking control of Banana, taking the fight to inSanitY, and inSanitY are the ones who win that important duel out and then immediately pivot in towards middle here. NQZ in position with the Zorp will draw blood. And that's not going to disparage inSanitY from committing to their plan. It's actually a gamble rotation from paiN. And again, I really like this decision to rotate the extra player across. Oh man, NQZ kind of gets left high and dry, but this is where Lux has to come into the fray. Oh, Kawes, why are you not in pit? Surely that would have been the better place to position himself. Lux is going to do his damnedest here in the clutch. He baits the shot up from the AWP. This is really awkward now for Casson all of a sudden, opting for the Julies. Now it's Lux who's run out of ammo, and that gives the Julies a huge edge.
Keen find. inSanitY, it does indeed come close for them, but a really big round comes in early. Going to be great for the morale. I think they will be incredibly happy with how this is going so far. T-side off to a fantastic start. paiN are going to have their work cut out. It's not going to be plain sailing here. They do show themselves, indeed, what they're kind of capable of. That individual that we've highlighted as well. But I think inSanitY may well be able to bring a good game here. Half by coming in for paiN, going for something a bit different with the top banana stack.
inSanitY showing that they've pitched up and they mean business here in this playoff game. Firing off a warning shot early on to paiN that this is not going to be a rollover easy game for them. Look at this lineup now, 3-4 players towards the top of Banana, and Delboni and Casson just, well, it's a firing range for them. Just pick and choose. I mean, Kawes should be able to force the trade, and he does, but ultimately should be no way into the round here for paiN with the pressure mounting over on the, say, bomb site. Gonna require NQZ and the highlight reel of his life here out of his Desert Eagle, and unfortunately won't even get a shot off.
Yeah. Smooth sailing here for inSanitY, no real problems. Probably just going to be that save, of course, of the, well, the rifles, but ultimately the AK for the next round. paiN need to start giving us something, man. This is, yes, you know, you talk about the kind of prowess of the T-sides, and I'm definitely there with you. I think it's something of the two continents over that side of the world. You know, kind of seems to be the same in NA, especially on Inferno, but still, there's just not a lot to be happy with here from paiN.
Oh, absolutely not. I think a pause before the next gun round wouldn't be a bad idea here. Things getting a little bit out of control. I mean, we're talking about an inSanitY who brought Delboni, and that's only played like 5 or 6 maps with the team. So it's not like this is an inSanitY that's been grinding their way through the season building up to this point. They've even made a recent roster change. So that should only make things more difficult against a team who are as well oiled as paiN Gaming. Up until now, though, you wouldn't say so.
No, sir. Back into the action, and a big round here as paiN look to get on the board, really. Definitely needs to work here. No excuses on the buy side of things. inSanitY were relentless with their first rifle round. It worked very, very well. This time, paiN have not given them as much to work with. They've been more prepared. They actually lay down a lot of nadage in Banana themselves to get control of it. So inSanitY, it's a different kind of round. They've got to win now.
Yeah, and they've started off slightly differently as well. They've got 4 players who have been able to work their way in towards the top of mid here, and paiN have an idea this could be going on, but no ironclad info. biguZero is going to get some gunfights offered up to him, and sure he's able to inflict damage, but he's lost his head in return. So that's I just love the way that inSanitY are going about searching for these opening kills before they make any decisions, and that's a really good gunfight for Kaways to win. Needs to be more where that came from. NQZ gets tested, and he's up to the challenge. Oh my goodness, Nade will even finish off IDK. Looking a whole lot better. Feels like the first time paiN have actually had an advantage, and they'll get themselves on the board.
Yeah, they do so pretty well. And QZ, a very nice round from him. I think paiN going to need a hell of a lot more than that to start convincing us. inSanitY now, the pendulum swings back their way as they have to find a return round, and relatively quickly. They've got some cash available after this buy, but really just want to keep paiN at arm's length is the big thing, and it's easier said than done against a team like this. You never really know when paiN are going to turn it on.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be a hell of a gunfight, a hell of a battle on the server. Look at this from Snow. I was going to say, going for more, that's really bold from the youngster. And that commitment forward pushes him into a hail of bullets. Will lose his life out. biguZero is still hanging around here. Not sure how I feel about the view model, mate, but we'll just carry on anyway. Good util usage here from... are we going with SHZ or Shiz? Do you have a preference?
I feel like Shiz rolls a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
My thinking's always been, if you've got a silly name and I pronounce it wrong, then, you know, that's on you, isn't it, really?
Agreed, and less syllables, always easier to get out as a caster. So we'll stick with Shiz. biguZero could be in some Shiz here if he's not careful. Has got some support that's come through from Kaways. Steps out of the support flash. Doesn't spot either of the 2 players in an advanced position right now. Some occasional spam through the smoke there to take the attention away as the captain gets his first kill.
Really well played from him as well. Obviously, the flash went in and he didn't see anyone. He's not made a panicked call and said, yo, there's no one here. We got to rotate or something. He was pretty sure that he had heard them. So really well played. Nice boost there as well to just lull the planter into a false sense of security. So paiN waking up. It's taken a bit of time to unroll this stone, I suppose, but yeah, it's looking good thus far. And denying the bomb plant is actually a really big deal. If you look across that right-hand side of your screen right now, just there, you can see how much money comes in. And they will be able to buy, but it's going to be missing bits and pieces. It's going to be missing maybe the option as well to go for an AWP, which isn't all that common on the T side of Inferno, but it's nice to have in the back pocket if you want to go for that kind of a play. And now, of course, they lose this one. They're really up the creek.
I feel like somewhere that the AWP is super valuable that kind of gets overlooked in general on the T side is in the post plant. I mean, it might not be great to get into a bomb site, kind of post on angles, hoping someone peeks you. Speaking about peeks, there are a number of them in Banana. Snow's going to hang around. Oh, he needs at least one, but a multi would be best case, and he'll be able to find the first. I think a little bit of trigger discipline could have gone a long way there for Mr. Snow. At least NQZ will filter into position, though. Remains in control, gets the frag, drops the incendiary. Rotates across here to continue to keep inSanitY at bay. Great support flash. Oh, the double scope makes me nervous, but it works out.
Thank you, Z-Man. He knows what's up. He's had a couple lights out rounds to get paiN on the board. They'll Boney spam through, and that will be all she wrote for that one. paiN looking good, man. inSanitY have lost the mojo, lost the magic that they had early on. And it does seem that this is going from bad to worse. Few mix-ups in terms of the weaponry, in terms of the style of play. But paiN, as I say, getting their heads into this one now and should have a nice breeze in this round. And then very quickly able to potentially even things up.
Yeah, it's where we're going to see the real challenge here on Inferno for inSanitY, because you know that paiN have got a great amount of depth on this map in particular. So sure, you're able to open up 5-0, but once paiN get the ball rolling, and you know that they will, are you able to adapt and adjust on the fly and find out a sort of a different approach to win these rounds? That's going to be the real challenge here for inSanitY. Because you know paiN are going to have a fire T side on this map. So, I mean, even if it you know, 5-7, if it ends 5-7 in favor of inSanitY, I'm probably still backing paiN to get the job done.
Oh. Nothing coming. Nothing coming. inSanitY dropping off the proverbial cliff. This is, again, another opportunity for them to answer back. I think, for my money, a timeout would be a really good idea here. It has... Oh, started spiraling. I don't believe it, Hayes. I don't believe it. For once in my life, I asked for a timeout, they immediately call one. Yeah, like, usually you get frustrated as a commentator with these mid-level teams not calling the damn timeouts.
Yeah.
But they've done really well here. This is perfect.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Great timing. Yeah, they use their pause as well. Just slow things down, discuss the situation. I feel like they've looked best when they've tried to contest Banana, and they can almost guarantee that they'll get those fights offered up to them by paiN, who have consistently been contesting Banana. So, do they decide to keep up with that clash? Do they let paiN have their fun, and then afterwards inSanitY look to retake? Let's see. What was the discussion about in that break? Because paiN have pitched up. And they're here now on the server. They mean business. Game is on.
Game is on. Let's see. Early utility blocks off any kind of AWPing presence. Still going to try and make something of it with the boost, but nothing occurring. So, pretty conventional round here. No crazy early exchanges. In Banana, they're just waiting for this utility to go down. Delboni, got to be careful. Molotov is a little early. Snow doesn't really check the angle. And that is unfortunate. That is just the sense of timing being slightly off for that Molotov.
Yeah. Maybe half a second or a second too early, gets extinguished by the smoke, and that means the player in Lux can just remain rooted in position. And Lux is just standing out in the open right now on an off angle. Does Delboni jump on the half wall? He does. Lux gets that frag, and he doubles down, killing the booster as well. That's why we decided to highlight Lux coming into this. Wonderful multi-kill out of him by himself, top Banana, but he locks it down, allows for his teammates to stay in position with 3 players towards A, and it looks like that's where the next point of contact will come through. I do like that Caston's gone back into Banana just to make sure that Lux doesn't have deep control. Means that paiN shouldn't confidently be able to keep 3 players on the A bomb side. That's why Big Zero's gone searching, you see. Actually, pretty well played by inSanitY up until now, but how do they get into a bomb site from here?
Yeah, I think that is the big question. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of time as well. They've got to go back and get that bomb, so rotation will come in. Flash to slow them down. paiN have sort of read this one, really. Oh, the Molotov could be a game changer here. We'll see. Lux goes down early. Bomb's just crossed in. I think there's maybe just enough time. My goodness, that is within the second. And Kawa's not much he can do over on A. He thought his boys maybe had it, but that Molotov saves the day, man. Like, they didn't have time to hard check Nubox. All Lux had to do was drop that bomb, but he's forced out into the open.
Yeah, good gamble on where they throw the incendiary as well. Perfectly placed to flush Lux out. Enq misses a key shot there as well. I don't know if he was turning around, second-guessing the rotation, or if he was worried about a flash, but if he just stays scoped in there, probably gets a frag for free. Either way, inSanitY back to winning ways after 4 in a row from paiN, and it means that they keep some distance between themselves and the favorites. 2-round buffer. Win another round here. I guess they don't break the entirety of the CT side economy, but they aren't far from it. Oh man. So the incendiary was a second too early, and the flash was a second too late there. I reckon if either has better timing, Snow definitely gets that kill.
Yeah, pretty insane. Pretty insane. So, paiN will just have to take that in their stride, really. They've done well to recover back here. You have to argue as well, inSanitY, they win that round off the back of some good fortune. Nice nade onto Snow. He's dished out some decent damage himself, however. So, a keen start for both sides here. Really important round, actually. I think if paiN make it past this 4-round marker, they'll have at least a satisfactory half to work with now.
Yeah, and inSanitY, if they could go 8-4, that would be fantastic. Oh, Snow playing a risky game there. Because Zero's gone down as well elsewhere. So it's a 5 versus 3 here. I don't think Lux can afford to play this game. He's had his bell rung. That's going to be enough to send him packing. 5v3, inSanitY, they could do anything from here and they should be able to finish off the job in the round. Just group up and use the numbers advantage. Oh, Lux, he feels compelled to make some sort of a hero play. Yeah, and I understand why, but Kasten was ready for it.
Looks good here. I think they're maybe committing to the save on the CT side of things. inSanitY do not want to take any chances here. Of course, paiN with some really clean rounds for a run there. Get a bit unlucky in the previous, sure. But inSanitY doing a good job of bouncing back, keeping their heads in the game, keeping disciplined. It's often something that can be missing in this region. You know, players just not really thinking of the consequences of their actions necessarily. So I do like to see that from inSanitY.
Yeah, and when you're playing against a team as good as paiN, you have to be locked in. Can't be making unnecessary plays, you know, overcooking a situation, over-peaking, just getting a lapse in concentration. Got to stay dialed in the entire time. And inSanitY have been throughout Inferno so far. I posed the question about whether or not they'd be able to reinvigorate themselves once paiN get going. And inSanitY have proven that they have got what it takes. Gonna lock themselves in 7. Can they go 8-4?
Terrorists win.
Would be a pretty decent half, to be honest. You know, the 8-4 is that new 10-5, let's say, but it then means you have to be winning that pistol if you are the team with the lower round count, and that's a lot to lean on, man. That is a lot to lean on, so I think if paiN can hit the 5, gives them a bit more breathing room. Especially going into this maybe slightly more favoured T side, we could argue. It's always difficult to tell with these kinds of squads. I would say maybe, yes, you've got the international games leaning in there, but paiN generally prefer the CT side on this map. So it's not the best start in that respect. Into this round, though, not too bad. Cowards to find the first.
Yeah, he hasn't been offered up many fights in the early round of this half. Towards apartments, and NQZ also takes up a forward position in Apps, and he's able to get a frag as well. So, looking good for the 5 versus 3. However, Banana continues to plague the CT side. Snow decides to try and fight while he's blind, and instead of just trying to jump back around the corner, that's going to cost him his life, and that'll get inSanitY back into the round here. Opens up the door for the 8-4 once again, and have a look at this. Is this a fake being sold by Delboni? Does the bomb carrier actually come back into this B bomb side? I think he should now. Delboni is doing some heavy lifting. He'll know both these remaining players are here as well, based off the util. Delboni surely dead. How has he gotten that frag? NQZ reduces it into the 1 versus 1. Plenty time for IDK to change things up, and he's going to go A. Oh my.
No idea.
NQZ is on the polar opposite side of the map right now.
Yeah. So much time bought. Which is a really, really big deal. He's on the M4. He's charging in. He's just going to have to go super loud. Hope he wins out the 1v1. Does have a kit, to be fair. So, yeah. Could have slowed down for a sec, but he opts not to do so, right? Like, why would you risk it? He's got to check so many angles as well. It's an unlikely one from IDK here. Really well played. And NQZ just sort of flying in. Didn't fancy his chances, I guess. Doesn't happen for them in the end. And unfortunately, the half not looking that good from paiN, I have to be honest. So it is now hanging in the balance. inSanitY could take this one. We've got a break on the cards, of course. We'll see you in a few.
A wonderful display from inSanitY in the first half nets them 8 rounds. They take a decent lead here into their defensive half. If they can win the pistol, all of a sudden they're in a very good position to actually close this map out. So, Mr. Scriv, I feel like this pistol round actually carries a lot of weight for paiN.
Yeah, man. I'm so surprised that it has come down like this. You know, inSanitY playing a really, really great first half, to be honest. I felt once paiN got into the groove, it was like, okay, you know, here we go. Right, surely now they take over the game, but an unlikely round for inSanitY. They capitalize on it massively, and yeah, going to be a hard second half. Yes, paiN might be able to control the game a bit better from the T side, but as you say, it comes down to the pistol. They can be difficult to win at the best of times. IDK with the off angle. Clean first frag. Smoke goes down as that CT1 comes over. So what are the options here? It looks like they're going to try and maybe send it in. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. That's really quite smart for IDK. That's the bomb, bro. That is the bomb.
What? Oh my word, yeah, NQZ has to go back and try and fight to recover. He hasn't been able to get the kill on IDK. Rotations have come through. Look at the rotations. Yeah. Everybody's in CT right now. This might be a slight over-rotation. Alright, well, they're going to figure that out the hard way. Bomb carrier should actually beat inSanitY to the punch here. Oh, yes, in fact, Shiz is going to get dinked for his troubles. Bomb plant going to come through. inSanitY actually haven't picked up the kit from IDK's body. I mean, time shouldn't be a problem with them being as far forward as they are right now. Powers spots Shiz out. Shiz should just go apartments here and just try and pressure the retake from that part of the map, make it a bit more difficult for paiN Gaming, and that does kind of force them now to turn around and worry about apartments. That creates the space for the rest of the CTs to come through from Quad and Library Moto, and they just funnel in towards the, say, bomb site. paiN have been completely overwhelmed. Powers has an impossible clutch. The diffuser's been let go of and re-stuck here. How is he still alive? Eventually they get the kill, and that's 9 for inSanitY.
One of the wilder pistols I think I have seen over the past few months, to be honest with you. The hardest sell, the best sell you've ever seen in your entire life with that bomb drop. And then he gets off the bomb. That had me worried for a second. You know, really could have gotten ugly. So I don't know what to make of this whole situation. IDK, though, it's very well read, right? To be close to that smoke and to hear them running away and kind of know what's up. And then he gets insanely lucky, you have to be honest. Yes, it is a massive faux pas from paiN to kind of leave that bomb as the last man out, completely isolated. But yeah, wild stuff. Should be 10 here by all accounts as well for inSanitY.
What I really like from IDK in that round is the way that, first of all, he stands out in the open. He's not just standing CT with that, you know, really tight angle being held and then just throws the smoke at the first spot of pressure. He's actually just standing out in the open. And he gets the headshot on the first player who peeks out, and then he drops the smoke grenade. And then because rotations are coming from his teammates, he skims, well, I'm just going to go through the smoke then. I mean, I've got all my teammates behind me, and I probably got to actually figure out whether or not they're committing. And he could hear the spam through the smoke, so pretty good idea that he would have an advantage there. And it was late that he pushed through that smoke as well. I mean, IDK, his mechanics, not normally what he's known for, but certainly some smart positioning and smart plays in that round.
Alright, let's see what the Deagles can do in this one if paiN are able to take a head or two moving into their first rifle, and ultimately what has to be a successful campaign here to bring the game back, to bring the map back. Mid push not working out. Lux with a keen one as he spins around. Can't get any more though. Will fall, and here we are. inSanitY on the edge of securing the unlikely map. Really wild stuff. Their pick. They've clearly been doing their work. They've clearly been watching the tape ahead of playoffs. They have absolutely murdered Imperial in their opening up a bracket game. Now they are looking to do the same to paiN.
Wouldn't that just be ridiculous? That would put them one best of 3 away from qualifying for Pro League. Honestly, beating, you know, 2 of the strongest teams coming into the playoffs here as well. What a crazy world that would be. And not only would they be in pole position, I mean, they're in pole position to win Inferno right now, but if they win this gun round, then it's in dominant fashion. Either way, let's see. paiN Gaming, they're going to be feeling the pressure. Again, I'm surprised we haven't seen the pause here from paiN coming into such an important round. Just for Bigger Zero to rally the troops and remind them all exactly what's at stake here and what's required of them coming into this all-important gun round. No control for the CT side.
It's true.
Look at how much paiN have to work with.
Yeah, super deep in. I mean, maybe trying to bait them in a little bit. Cassin looked like he was indeed ready positionally, but he wasn't ready for his head to get blown off. So, bomb site super vulnerable now. Pit players forced out. Shuz has got an MP9 up here. Surely not much that he can get done. Whoa, he's been seen ahead of time as well. Deer in headlights, he's out of there. Didn't see nothing. And I think it will be the save angle here for inSanitY.
Okay, so exactly as was required from paiN Gaming, win this all-important gun round. They will be able to tick that off the list. And it's a well-constructed gun round from them, just kind of taking the space that they were given up, right? Peering in towards Banana, no resistance there, get full control, pressure the top of Banana. That forces the Archers player to rotate and turn his attention towards the B-bomb site. So good pressure being applied top Banana, and then also just recognizing the space created based off the rotation that came through and just taking Archers, pushing into CT, getting that kill there. And then at that point, they just cut the map down the middle. inSanitY really don't have anything going for them, and that'll be a 5th on the board for paiN. Hello, mate. How many can you get here? Surely no more than just the one.
Terrorists win.
All right. Things might get a little interesting. inSanitY. Huge gaps in the defense that round, man. Like, I understand the idea of maybe sort of baiting them in, maybe trying to see how they're going to play it out, but you do not want to give paiN the momentum like that. There's only the one round so far, but it can very quickly crumble here. The CT side is harsh mistress when it comes to that economy game, so keep your eyes on it. How many players do they remain alive? Are we going to get, like, Save Simulator coming in? You know, they start to panic a little bit every time they lose 1 or 2 players. paiN
Can't afford for that to happen. Cannot afford for that to happen because them playing with confidence and conviction is what's gotten them up until this point. They can't go into a shell. And they are contesting the top of Banana right now, at least in the interim. And top middle as well. So there's clearly an adjustment here from inSanitY after they lose the previous round. The way that they do, and it's worked out perfectly. Boston combines there with Shuz as they're both able to find a frag apiece. That wasn't necessary from Shuz though to peek back into the traffic and kind of gives a kill back up in the round.
Not good. Not good here for paiN. What is the response? As they do have enough utility to mount and execute, but man, I just don't like the look of this one. To be honest with you, trying to play a slightly quicker game and it just doesn't work for them. inSanitY very ready for these fights and a good response from them individually as well, matching up, which is an area in which we, me in particular, did not expect. Smokes come over the top. Flashes 2 back. 2 ready to go. I like the setup. It's a little unconventional, but why not? In a round like this, IDK goes first. Delboni just fully selling him out, but it works nicely. Flash comes in, and he will indeed get his reward there with the 2-piece in the end.
I mean, you know, baiting's got a very negative connotation in Counter-Strike, and understandably so, but there is a time and a place where baiting is a really important option and play to be made, and like you say, Delboni, he sells IDK down the river there, not peeking out at all until eventually necessary, and when he does, he hammers home the round, he finishes off the job. inSanitY get themselves up to 11, just 2 rounds away from finishing off the job, and this one's going to be an anti-eco. Oh, paiN Gaming. What's going on here then, lads? First map of the playoffs, not at all going according to plan, and you might say, well, Hayes, it's inSanity's map pick of Inferno, and I'll say, well, Anon, this is paiN Gaming's best map, and inSanitY have just added Delboni to the mix, so this result is not at all what I was expecting.
Hey, listen, man, I did say maybe he is the guy. Maybe he is the difference maker at the moment.
You did pose the question. So, that's true.
Listen, I've been around the block a few times. I know when a guy's got a name like Delboni, I know what he's capable of.
He's going to be Delboning, man.
Yeah. Indeed. But ultimately, this is just a massive surprise. You know, even with that, even with a strong individual performance, paiN have really not given anything to be impressed with, and each and every turn, this round, an example of it. inSanitY have got them red. They are so unbelievably set up for that. And it's really cool to see that. I think clearly they've been doing their homework, both in terms of the map, but also in terms of the opponent.
Yep, they're clearly looking very well versed right now here on Inferno. 7 map points, 7 opportunities. My goodness, I mean, paiN won 4 rounds in a row to make it a 5-4 scoreline. They didn't win another round after that on their CT side. They've won a single gun round here on their T side. They have to win 7 in a row to force OT. I am not fancying their chances. inSanitY going to feel so good about the way that this map has played out so far. Can they just hold their nerve, though, to finish off the job? Can't afford to get jittery now that they're at the finish line.
Slow encroachment. Up banana for double duo. See what they're able to find. Smoke comes in. inSanitY feeling confident, just kind of throwing the nades a little lackadaisical. Not necessarily much presence behind them. So they do have to be careful in that sense. paiN going to look to abuse that later on in the round, but in their case, they've also got very limited utility remaining. 4 smokes, which actually feels like quite a lot at this point in the round, with no flashes or mollies to back them up. So, not really looking to use them. Nice contact flash. Nice frag. Feels like this might just be over before it even gets going, man.
So simple. I mean, Big Zero kind of just walks out. He falls foul to Fasterson, and Kawes peeks out to look for the trade, but he just goes down individually as well. And that means they're just going to pack their bags and try and barrel in towards this B-bomb side. A 3 versus 2 over on the side of the map. IDK and Delboni to look to combine again. Look at that time. Once again, is going to factor here. And IDK and Delboni are able to get a frag between the two of them. That CT smoke going to start to fade. Delboni, will he even require support? Oh my god! What is that pivot? 180 degrees, maybe a little bit less, doesn't matter though. To get that last frag finishes off the job. And inSanitY, what have you just done?
Yeah, incredible stuff, really. I mean, to take the map is one thing. To take it in that fashion, to take it with that finish, really unbelievable stuff coming in here, and it throws the whole series wide open, though. That's kind of cool. We maybe look at this one on the docket, and just immediately you kind of go, okay, this is probably going to be a 2-0. This is probably going to be a quick showing. inSanitY, can they really match? They've had their one upset game against Imperial, and now their at least upper bracket berth comes to an end, and it's going to be a tough run back for them. But the fact that they are the controlling factor in this series is really, really cool to see.
Absolutely. I mean, they've won 3 maps so far. 13-6, 13-2, 13-5. 2 of those against Imperial and 1 against paiN. So pretty impressive sculpts coming out of inSanitY so far here in the playoffs, as they now find themselves on the defensive half of Mirage. There are so many players in towards mid right now for T side and CT side. Blocks will reign supreme for now. Shiz desperately looking for a way to try and affect the situation, and he actually will get lots of fights offered up to him. Eventually will just get chipped down, death by 1,000 paper cuts, and it's looking good for paiN. A lot of moving parts to this pistol round, but they'll come out on top.
Yeah, both teams, I think, expectant of what was going down there. paiN pulling something out that is pretty conventional for them with the underpass run. But they were expectant of the response. So, really well played from them. Could have swung the other way. I certainly felt like that jungle fight, you know, would have been the way that inSanitY get back into it, but just too much going on. You know, you said there was a lot of fights offered up. I think maybe indeed too many fights offered up and just confused the situation ahead of time. It will be paiN finding a really nice pistol, which is a fantastic starting off point here.
Yeah, exactly what they needed to just put the demons to bed in terms of what happened on that previous map. And I mean, it's not the end of the world for paiN to lose a map. It's just the way that they lost it. 13-5 feels like they never got going, and it's Inferno. Generally a very happy hunting ground for them, so it's the real concerns. But with both Mirage and Dust2 featuring as the next 2 maps, assuming we do get a third, then I mean, paiN will still absolutely back themselves and have full confidence. You know, Big Uzero has been in this position before as an IGL. He'll know how to just bring everybody together, make sure that their head is... Mirage is a great map for him as an IGL. However, job to be done against the Force Spy here. Hasn't gotten off to the most ideal start. Has to drag back on Shiz at least. Lux will get overwhelmed in middle, and now it's just on NQZ and Big Uzero.
Okay, this has gone south fast.
Yes.
Once again, the crazy game that we got out on that first map seems to remain here. Bomb's gone down. Slow. Oh, approach coming in. That's a quick one from NQZ. Exactly what they need. He's not going quietly here. Whoa. Keen headshot comes in from the scout. It's all on Big Uzero. Low HP bars definitely are here. Bomb planted for him. No real utility to deal. They have managed to pick up a smoke as well as this Molotov. He's doing well. The hold's coming in. He's taken a couple, but he's expecting maybe Cassin to be off it. Just check the bomb, and you might indeed take him out. Big Uzero plays it so well. The big brain on Big Uzero, and he will clutch it up for paiN.
Oh, I thought he was in a lot of trouble, especially once the molly just forces him a little bit further back. At that range with the MAC-10, it's not a great gun to have, but he's able to hold down the line, tapping away as well, making sure that he leaves enough bullets in the magazine there to finish off the job. Conservative but successful Big Uzero, quad kill. A 1 versus 3 to make sure that paiN Gaming don't fall foul to the Force Spy. And, well, inSanitY probably going to be kicking themselves a little bit there.
Yeah. Should have had it. Should have definitely had it, you know. And as I mentioned, they had that smoke. They never got it out. So, kind of a panicked play. Maybe the lack of the kit, you know, really forcing their hand. Awkward, to say the least. But, still putting the fear into paiN, I think, is one of the big things, right? This is your unlikely map. That really, really should not be taking. I think we certainly toyed with the idea of, okay, Inferno could potentially go their way. They're picked, one that they like. Going one-sided is the big surprise, but taking it was definitely in there. I would have given them maybe like a 20% chance. You know, not super high, but not super low. This would be incredible if they can take the 2-0 in that sense. And I think it comes about by keeping that pressure on. So the Force Spy doesn't go their way. Maybe it should have done, but at least, yeah, paiN are having to work from the word go.
Sure. I mean, inSanitY probably a little bit aggrieved that they weren't able to win the Force considering the position that they were in, but now they've got the gun round upon them. And I like the call coming through Big Uzero. It's something unconventional, something just out of the back pocket here in the first gun round. This is well poised to deal with it. It's a good flashbang now. Just obscures his vision a little bit. Makes it easier for Snow. A little bit lackadaisical there from NQZ. And Cassin will be able to get out of dodge as well. Delboni looking to play between the smokes there. Has his head ripped off. It's a man advantage for inSanitY right now. And Kawes wants to go searching. Maybe expecting some space to be afforded into to him in jungle. But evidently not. And inSanitY are on the board.
Alright. Basically the first possible moment for them to get on the board as well. They do so very nicely. So now we prick up ever so slightly and make sure that we are watching attentively here. What are paiN going to cook up for us? Not the best looking buy for them. A few MAC-10s in the mixture here. Mid-smokes coming in. They are going to act on this control that they're going for. But really, really paramount, I think, for them that they get the return round here.
Oh, absolutely. It wants to be like flat in the pan. 1 round in isolation. Win this one here, get it free all of a sudden. Oh my goodness, just trading blows through the smoke there. Delboni comes out on top. He was such a massive factor in their success on Inferno. Was very impressed by what I saw out of him. Needs to bring a similar sort of level here to Mirage. Need a boost up into snipers. Big Uzero with some good crosshair placement wins out a big gunfight against his opposite number. And it's pretty awkward for paiN. I mean, all 4 players grouped up on top of each other right now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cheers. Edge of the smoke does manage to find one. Maybe could have had the second, but he set it up. It looks like a nice finish to the round here. They will begin to know what is happening. Rotations may be moving a bit slow, so bomb's going to get planted, and Decent position here for Cowes here on the Mac 10. Don't do it fast in. You know you're not supposed to do this. The fight will go the way of the Mac 10. Yeah, and just could have fully circumvented that angle, man. With no control, no presence. It really was a risky move.
I mean, I was just a little bit nervous for a moment there because Cowes looked like he was going to reposition or something, but gets the kill in time. And that's going to be paiN Gaming going up to 4. I mean, that round is quite an interesting one because the T's end up with all 5 players in towards the bottom or middle 1 point. Very one-dimensional. figureZero goes down. They don't really have any option but to try and phase through the smoke and fight in A. Shiz, he was the difference maker in the round. He has to get a multi-kill from that position when he catches the first player coming through the smoke looking the wrong way. Was only able to get one, and from there, inSanitY are just chasing the round. So, very good work coming through from this T side, keeping it simple but effective.
Yeah. Tough stuff, though, man. And again, the rounds are coming close. So really, all to play for here. Mirage is getting going for paiN, but certainly not at that dominating level that maybe, again, they would want to get to with the lack of proficiency on this map for inSanitY. A decent buy coming out for the CT side is really quite good to see. It's a straight-up A execute. It is the lesser defended bomb site, the lesser defended area. Down goes Shiz, and I mean, man, you have like no presence here. Yeah, immediate save coming in.
What are the odds on just trading blowouts here? Because I'm kind of, it's kind of looking like that might happen.
Yeah, it's getting there. It is getting there. I still do feel... Okay, so this one's kind of unlucky. You just get outguessed, I suppose, and it is a bit of conditioning. paiN have been going pretty heavy on mid-control and a lot of nades on the way, you know, and stuff like this. Ultimately, it does feel that paiN have read them pretty well, or at least forced them into their trap. So I will say that, but yeah, the rounds are starting to really rack up now.
Yeah, we're going to see inSanitY in a pretty similar position to what we saw paiN on the previous map, and the question is, do they have what it takes to figure it out on the fly here and find a path to success here on Mirage? paiN have been playing some pretty direct plays here so far, but just in terms of grouping their numbers up and pressuring a part of the map, we haven't seen a default yet from them here in a gun round. Looking a little bit more default-esque here to a degree, but still clear and direct plans coming into each and every one of these rounds from paiN Gaming POV. figureZero playing a big role in how they're going about their business right now. Not mid-rounding his way to victory, but there's a lot of coming through from them right now, and that's a huge gunfight for him to win. Now Cassius is under a world of pressure.
Yeah, not looking good. Still alive, though. Still able to maybe buy some time. They're sort of swapping positions here. Try and get that AWP a bit more activated. He will lose his head. IDK's done well there to get in. Just unfortunate his teammate falls. Oh, really nice crosshair correction. Staying cool under the pressure here, just to give them a chance into this round. Plant comes in, 4 short. Kind of all they've got to work with. Snow in and around the smoke will find 2, and retake shut down immediately. So, kills come in, but paiN just look way more comfortable.
Yeah, it does look fantastic for paiN. 6-1 here, having a great time of it on the second map. They got dominated on Inferno, losing 13-5, but boy, if they can't swing here on the second map. And here we have got a default now coming through from the T side to spread themselves out. inSanitY continue to keep players alive in these rounds that they're losing, so they'll have another gun round at their disposal, but they need rounds on the board. That's the currency that matters right now. Commodity there can be after.
Kind of feel the tension in this one as it has started. really slowly. A minute gone nearly, and no real action across the map. Could be the key turning point as paiN looks set to take the lead in this first half and secure the lead going into the second. The damage is pretty good onto bigazera. That's about all we've had so far. 45 seconds as things start picking up. Shiz will take an early peek, loses his life for it, but maybe that's just what they needed to get things going. Delboni, a difficult spray down. It costs most of his ammo, which does leave him vulnerable. He knows that. Into the smoke he goes. Draws on the cavalry, and they will get a 4 versus 2, but it is going to be a retake.
I like the way that inSanitY have actually gone about in their business in this round, and I guess I'll just save the point for the end of the round, because there's a really important retake to be made now. They've got a massive numerical advantage. They've got a big flank coming through from ramp as well. They've got everything that they need. Utility. No kit. So time could become a bit of a factor that we need to consider here. 1 CT, 1 Palace remain. And inSanitY going to start to realize exactly what's going on. At least Cow is able to get a kill before that smoke blooms, but they find the frag on Snow. That's the kill that locks in the round. You can see Cow is once no business, nothing to do with the rest of it. So it will be 6-2. And what I like about that round from inSanitY is once they get forced out of the A bomb site and they don't really have the option to contest, they just turn all their attention in towards middle. They just overwhelm teams in towards mid. And yeah, sure, they give up the bomb plant, but they give themselves a huge advantage in the retake.
Some clean kills. Really well done from inSanitY, as we said. Important round if they are to remain competitive. So a great find. Now onto the double AWPs. See what this results in, you know, can be kind of a tough one. NQZ, it felt like he was there fast enough to find that, just unable to get the shot off. All the same, a bit faster, a bit more get up and go here from paiN this round.
I was going to say, Lux, what are you doing there in the first 20 seconds of the round, mate? And, well, thankfully, Casson has got his wits about him. Able to take down the snake that lurks in the grass. If inSanitY win this, then there's another gun round in the bank for paiN. 6-3, you win that. 6-4, and Eco 6-5. We're cooking at that point, but there's a lot that has to work out for them to realize that potential. And again, paiN just slow things down here. Certainly been a change up in the approach here, stylistically for paiN on the T side. And now they sell a fake.
They're making a lot of noise. Oh my goodness. Surely not. Surely my eyes deceive me here on the minimap. Okay, they will pull back. Goodness me. Every single CT started moving there. That could have been disastrous. Still not the best hold here on the A bomb site, to be honest. A lot of damage done. Flashes over the top. Try and get some control somewhere. Yes, they've got the bomb plant, but paiN, it still feels like, are a little locked out, obviously waiting for bigazera to get in. So inSanitY trying to move quickly here with this retake. NQZ, 2 missed shots is too many ultimately. Nice find from Kawes here in the connector. Of course, bigazera is late, but I think his position is just going to be known. It's so kind of common. It definitely will be now. Delboni with an overstep, to be honest. Tap onto the bomb. The HP bars are so low here, Hayes, and they are indeed getting mowed down. Couldn't get it going in the retake, and that goes to show again the discomfort on this map for inSanitY. 4 versus 2, and they lose it.
I think that could be the beginning of the end here, Mirage. I know it's quite early to say something like that, but losing that round is just a calamity for inSanitY. Look at what that does to their economy. You'll see after this, they're just not going to have much money coming into this next round. Down 7-2. They had the advantage, you know, the opening pick here, the edge in the round. Not able to convert the 4v2 retake either. bigazera is just going huge right now, man. Leading from the front in more ways than one. NQZ not going to miss a shot here in this follow-up round. And inSanitY are under the pump. And you know what? I guess it's really important that they won an Inferno. With Mirage being the second map, they were always going to have a tough time coming into this map in particular. bigazera does love Mirage, by the way. this is an incredibly happy hunting ground for him.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think from a calling perspective and a fragging perspective, looking pretty hot, as per usual. But yeah, you might be right. I think that, you know, losing a round like that, it's pretty egregious, and it does feel like every time we go into the retakes, it's a coin toss for inSanitY, man. We've seen some very, very messy, very quick ones just fall apart for them. The comms not really there. The protocol's not really there. And paiN are going to abuse that. They're on the opposite end of that spectrum, really, as seen by that 4 versus 2. So, yeah. Going to be 9 here. Which already out of your T-side of Mirage feels like enough to work with.
Oh, every single day of the week. Problem for me is we just haven't seen the individuals pitch up in the same vein of form as we saw them on Inferno for inSanitY. Just think about like Delboni and Shiz over on that A-bomb side have had a really tough time. I feel like they've missed a number of chances to get multi-kills where you probably expected to get a multi, you know, getting the jump on their opponents and having the rough spray or missing the transfer, whatever it might be. paiN have looked their best on the C side when they've played as a unit, grouping up with the numbers, kind of just overwhelming a part of the map. inSanitY have proven to struggle to deal with these sort of numbers-based plays, so happy to see paiN keeping them up. Figure 14 and 4 right now. At least double everybody on inSanitY.
Pretty
and it looks
insane.
like inSanitY are going to taste defeat for the first time here in the playoffs.
Yes. Yes, I mean, true, to be fair. It's got to happen sometime. But yeah, living up to the namesake, I think, in the wrong way. At least on this map. But great first showing, you know, so I think definitely have given us a series here where we really didn't expect it. I'm sure paiN thought that at the top of the day. I'm sure Imperial thought that going into the game. You know, this is maybe you could argue at a push like the best of the rest team, but when it comes to that double round robin system, a lot of the teams come really close, you know, like within a few maps of one another, and I think that there is a pretty big split in South America at the moment. We have those teams, maybe once you go from like 10th place downwards, really start to struggle, really couldn't pick up the wins in the regular season. Not giving me any time to give some context to this, though. An uncharacteristically quick round coming in from both sides. A scrap towards middle, and it's the posthumous nade to take out Big Uzera. Fast in with a nice find, leaves NQZ with it all to do. So we might see inSanitY finding the closeout round. 9-3. It's not a lot to work with. 3 sporadic rounds coming in for inSanitY. Feels like, as you said, the beginning of the end, but maybe, just maybe, they can pull off another miracle after the break.
A stark contrast compared to what we saw in the first map here between these two teams. paiN Gaming racking up a 9-3 halftime scoreline, just 4 rounds away from winning their map pick and taking us to Decider. We've had a couple blowouts here so far. Will that continue to be the case, or can inSanitY fight back on their T side?
The big question of the hour for sure would be another just unbelievable run. Got some mid-aggression coming in here from paiN to try and shut things down early. IDK is holding. Got that sense of timing. Knows what's up. He wasn't ready for 2. So, yes, a 1-for-1 trade is kind of nice, but it's a lot of information gained. Oh, the eyeball's taken off the top middle. Nearly costs them. They will be spotted. Big nade comes in off the back of it. Big Uzera going to keep tapping things down. So it looks better and better, but these Glocks, man, they can be deadly. Shuz comes in, finds that massive headshot to open up the bomb site here, and it is now all over the place. We've got low HP bars across the board. There is a kit for Big Uzera. Just need these headshots to land. Nice find from NQZ. Surely Lux doesn't get anything, and indeed he will go down, and it's paiN on the backside, cutting off those rotators, ending out the round. So, step 1 is complete. Now a few more steps to get this comeback going.
Yeah, the problem is it's like step 1 of 10 here for inSanitY if they're going to be able to fight back on Mirage. But you're right. First objective checked off the list as they win the pistol round. Pretty good composure. There was a lot going on in that pistol round there with the double push towards top mid from the CT side. And then inSanitY kind of get caught in the middle of their little boost up in towards snipers. But yeah, Shuz and paiN just roll up their sleeves with the Glocks. 2 kills for each of them. And now it's a force buy from paiN Gaming. I am not a fan of the force here, down 9-4. I think you full save, make it 9-5, and then full buy from there. I don't know. You know what? They've got plenty of rounds to play with. I guess you could make a case for both sides, but let's see. inSanitY, next objective on the list now. It hasn't gotten off to an ideal start, but IDK's got space.
Oh, Snow, nice find. We've got an AK retrieve, now a Galil. paiN are in prime position, man. This looks really good, actually. Very, very problematic indeed. They're going to split the defense is maybe the interesting thing here. An off angle from Kawes. Expected to find success, and it will. Double kill. Holding out a little bit more, but now they will discover Delboni in ramp. Round is going to be secured. paiN to win the force buy.
Like I said, huge fan of the force here.
Yeah,
there we go. It's a great decision. Best decision paiN have ever made in their lives, going for the force buy there in the 14th. Well, they make it look easy as well. Feel like it was just a little bit haphazard there from inSanitY, just picking and choosing too many gunfights without much intention. You know, IDK gets that kill there. I guess, you know, kind of unfortunate timing. It's gonna get picked apart as the round goes on from inSanitY. Never really able to even get into the round against the force buy. Never able to get going. So that's 10-4. And, well, they themselves are now forced back in response. Lose this 11-4. No money, 12-4. Game over. Good opening kill out of Delboni. Extends for more afterwards. Cost him his life.
Yeah, this is unfortunately not looking good. inSanitY, I think. Mirage a bridge too far. Maybe it could go down on Dust2, but we've had quite a few egregious rounds being lost by what is now the T side. 3 versus 3. Maybe I will be shut up here by inSanitY if they're able to win out a force buy of their own. Bomb going to go down. Pressure on, but a nice find in the early stage of it. Trying to get a man in towards CT to just make life a bit easier. paiN eats a nade. In comes paiN from above. This could get a little bit weird. Jumping up and down on the bench. Such low HP bars here for both players. 1 bullet ultimately required. Try and get it in the head to seal the deal. paiN, while he's reloading, has just thread through, though, and managed to work his way in behind. NQZ not ready for it, and inSanitY do indeed get their force buy.
Well, that is just a massive round coming through for them. I, unfortunately, timed out in the middle of that round. So I just came back to catch the paiN clutch, which I'm pretty happy I got to witness. But, okay, again, the replays. Where in God's name did this all go wrong? Oh, man, 3v3, full health, massive weaponry advantage, 3v2 even? Oh, paiN Gaming. kind of just open up the door slightly here for inSanitY to get themselves back in. Just making sure you got me. Testing 1, 2. I assume I'm all good with the script.
Yes, yes.
Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. I just timed out for a second, so just making sure all's still well. But we're trading blows here. Trading blows in the force buys. And, well, paiN are going to hope that they can keep up with that trend.
Oh. Maybe. Cowes. Known about now, needs some support. Molotov forced him into an awkward spot, but not out into the open. Snow going for a bit more here. Will lose his life. That was maybe the moment. NQZ on the MP9 could be a hero. There is every turn severe resistance here for inSanitY. They're just waiting to fully group up and fight this 3v3 at full strength. NQZ trying to thread things in. Cassin spotting out the shadows, and ultimately it distracts a bit too much. Goodness me, a crazy game here. paiN will take another force buy, and inSanitY can only do this so long, so consistency was definitely needed there.
They don't have the rounds to play with to trade rounds back and forth, unfortunately. Just grouping up with their numbers, just trying to force their way into the A-bomb side. paiN Gaming had their numbers on that side of the map as well. Just again, never allowing for inSanitY to get out of the thresholds and the choke points. Clearly a part of the game plan here for paiN is to fight them when they're starting to come out of ramp and pass, not try and retake the bomb site or deal with them later in the round. 11-5. paiN Gaming once again will breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, Cassin. Feels like he had an extra second there just to line up the shot. Everything just froze for him. The world paused. And he does get a key opening kill with this scout as a result.
Okay. I can only take so much of the force buys as well, I won't lie. So, hopefully some normalcy here, although it will mean, you know, paiN denying us a game on Mirage. It's got to make sense at the end. And then we're set for, you know, a banger on Dust2 is what we're kind of hoping for here. But we'll see. Still a 4v4. The Eagles in play, always possible, always capable. But it slowed right down. Complete pause here from inSanitY.
Well, you say you fill up on force buys, but you may have to make some more room. inSanitY have got a man advantage here, and Boston has got space up connector with his Tech 9. He'll get 1 kill. Biguzera out in the open. Can't actually double down. He's got 3 bullets left. He's going to have to try get the reload out, and he will. Look at the HP. I mean, surely there's no way that inSanitY are going to do this again, man. There we go. Support comes through. Cassin doesn't have it in him, and finally Lux will pour cold water on the force buy as paiN get themselves up to map point.
Defuse coming in. It is indeed a close one, to be fair. 1 or 2 more well-landed bullets could have changed the course of that, but not going to be the case, so yeah. Map point bagged. One would assume they'd take it over the line, but I don't want to speak too quick. It seems this game is just, you know, again getting wild, and we sort of get to this point where it potentially feels for inSanitY that they have to stomach this. They have to say, okay, look, we've lost some really dodgy rounds here. Really not our map, is it, guys? And hopefully they will take it on the chin, move into Dust2, and that's where the real game begins, as it were. NQZ starts off well.
Yeah, looking to hammer home this map. Big fights into the middle coming through from both these teams. inSanitY, it's just all about the numbers-based approach for them on this T side right now, whether it's pushing into A, going through into this middle. They're just always grouped up. NQZ not far away from actually hitting that shot through the smoke there. And Boston will go back to pepper that connector smoke, and Cowes answers back with a few bullets of his own. So now it's all on Cassin to clutch a 1 versus 3. Highly unlikely to try and avoid a consecutive 13-5 scoreline here in this upper bracket matchup.
One would assume not going to happen in this situation, but we are looking forward on the edge of our seat for that 3rd map for sure. See what Cassin can do to maybe leave a mark on this map. Slow encroachment towards the B-bomb site. They are very unsure of where he's at, to be fair. So super isolated fights. But, of course, as soon as you commit to B, you make noise, you will be known about. And that's when NQZ will get back into the fray. Also, really hard. I think he might just have been seen there. Yeah, looks, seemed prepared for it. Will take him down, bags it in, trading the maps here as expected from picks at the very least. 13-5 on both. No keen competition just yet in terms of the scoreline.
Felt like that map was lost at the 7-2 scoreline when they lost the 4 versus 2 post-plant there. That's where inSanitY really just crumbled as far as I'm concerned. And then, you know, a couple 4 spies being won against a team like inSanitY, right? I mean, then again, inSanitY, they beat Imperials 13-2, so who knows what we're in store for. Should be a hotly contested affair. I mean, not difficult to be more competitive than what we've had on the previous 2 maps coming into Dust2, but I'm certainly backing paiN to get the job done here.
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree. I think that's obviously the way that both of our predictions go as well. So, you know, it would be one of the old cop-outs to swap halfway through the series. But I think they were just surprised by what inSanitY brought to that first map. A lot of preparation clearly done. And maybe it is, you know, a map that inSanitY have been trying to sneak in. And paiN maybe just not as awake, ultimately. And this is their first sort of playoff game, as we've touched on. Regular season, very different beast. BO3s in the region have not been happening for a good while for this squad. So once they get into proceedings on Mirage, they look much more like themselves. Starting off on the T side here. Straight up execute coming in, just trying to get the Glocks to overwhelm. P250 in the mix as well. The gap is closing. Just got to be careful. Has to pull off that reload. Does well to stay alive for another. An advantage in their favor for the time being. inSanitY have to concede the bomb plant for now, however. That gives some control back to paiN, but not going to be the easiest to fend off against these CTs rolling in. A lot of long presence, actually, from the CT side. 2 sets of Julies on the way there, so we do need to see holds come in from Big Uzera. At least 1 out of this, if not 2. That will do it. Down to just Cassin. Manages to bring it into the 1 versus 1, but Cowheads cleanly dispatches of him.
Yeah, Snow clearly doesn't get the memo as to where Cassin's coming through from there, and it nearly unravels very quickly in that 1 versus 3. Big Uzera, though, he is the hero in that pistol round. What a way for him to set things in motion. Just out in the open, controlling long like that. The retake was always going to live and die with the success that those players coming through from long for the CT's perspective had, and unfortunately, they don't find any success. Yeah, Shiz also does his damage with his 2 kills to try and keep paiN at bay. Unfortunately, doesn't work out for inSanitY, so they will force spy here coming into the following round. Saw some success from the forces on Mirage. Can they emulate that here in the decider?
Nice pick up from Cowes. Second one doesn't happen for him. So AK retrieved. Maybe get it into the hands of a player who's got a bit more HP. There you go. So, lovely stuff. B-bomb site, though, of course, is completely open here, and it was paiN's end point, and they will find no one home. So that works, they say. Bomb should go down. May well just be a save from inSanitY.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, yeah. 2-0. We've had 13-5 on the first map, 13-5 on the second as well. Does Dust2 play out in more competitive fashion? We are expecting that. Of course, pretty even map on both sides. Both teams have had some really good success as of late, relatively speaking. Like I referenced in the interlude before we got into the 13-11 against Miles on Dust2, 13-9 against FaZe for paiN, both in losing causes, but still stellar efforts against some of the best in the world.
Terrorists win.
Of course, the winner of this plays against the winner between MIBR and Red Canids, which is running concurrently to this game, currently in the second map. MIBR lost the first, and they're leading the second 6-4, so spicy affair in the other side of the upper bracket. Sharks on the brink of being eliminated. Same can be said for Odic as well. First couple casualties starting to come through here in playoffs. It's suppose we've had a few already, but a few more follow suit.
Yeah. Definitely feels like the other games maybe making sense, you could argue. The MIBR Red Canids game, I think it should go MIBR's way, but you can definitely see Red Canids taking it. They're obviously on a really hot run of form at the moment. And the MIBR edition of Lukowski taking a bit longer than I expected, you know, to really get going. So, yeah, still working out their DNA with this new player for sure. Back to our game, though. paiN will find the 5-7 frag, so it's actually a really good start in this round, right? They're on this extended force buy, as it were. Obviously got the AK in here, though, which is a really, really big deal. So finding that first scot-free is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, if they carried over force buy here for inSanitY, Delboni looks to phase through the smoke. He had an AK, so the fact that he's gone down is a big problem. paiN, how has he not been able to get a kill there on the step out? The tag is fine, means that IDK will find a frag, but I almost thought there could have been a collateral on the cards there for paiN, but he pulled the trigger slightly prematurely. Either way, at least there's going to be damage in this round for inSanitY. Already 3 frags found. Do they want to continue to commit for more? Oh man, everyone loves an AK on the CT side. Boston's probably thinking, I might want to save this, and Shiz is like, come bro, come, let's go, let's make this retake happen. Boston's he's still second guessing it. He's not going to commit, and so we'll be paiN Gaming, who got 3-0 as we expected coming into this round. But at least there will be some economic damage for inSanitY.
Yeah, I think they can be happy with it, right? They're, again, putting the pressure on paiN early, which is what we did see from them on Mirage. And obviously what we wanted to continue. It didn't necessarily keep going there, unfortunately. But if they can bring that same kind of energy, it would be another solid start to this third map. So I like what we're seeing thus far. And again, the one-tap potential early on is always nice with that AK.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it on the CT side. Levels out the playing field. Nice tag there from NQZ. Boston living the life of a B anchor or mid player. CT side Dust2, never fun. Like the boost up here from paiN, just trying to be proactive. Almost always see the flash from lowers before you swing this angle. Narrowly missing out on the timing there. It's an early ball towards short.
Spam through the smoke. Not much coming for paiN. I do like the control that they have, however. Flash, but paiN, unafraid. Maybe he should have been, as his life is given in vain there. That's the AWP going down, a really big part of the defense, because as well. Threading through as completely unthought of. Delboni on the side, flattened. paiN with a really perfect round here.
Yeah, you see how quickly things can cascade after paiN goes down there, then Big Uzera gets the space in CT. It forces the long player to come back towards the A bomb side. Big Uzera catches him off guard, and then there's just one player on A who's always going to get overwhelmed, who just gets run right over by a truck. My truck has a name. Cowways. Oh, great flashbang. Boston was blinded up for what felt like an eternity. Cowways swings out. Takes cover from the hail of bullets, realizes his opponent is blind, goes back and finishes off the job. So, paiN Gaming 4-0. A commanding victory there in their gun round as well.
Beautiful stuff here. Really looking good. We'll see inSanitY have the ability to rebuy, which may well come as a surprise, to be honest, but just the way that their economy has worked early on. paiN going to take that full damage tag. Not the start that you want. paiN on this AWP, blind as a bat. Will have a bit of cover to get out. Shiz is committed in here. They're trying to back off. And, well, they needed to kind of make a decision. Are you leaving or are you staying? Snow with 2 keen headshots to close out what feels like another set round here. We'll see. IDK has managed to sneak his way in. Here's the drop. Finds the kill. If he can get another, we might be back on.
I don't know if he actually spotted Snow out there. I think he did. I think he is hunting for Snow right now, but it feels like they've still just accepted their fate here in the round. Yeah, Boston's going to head for the hills. 5-0, guaranteed here for paiN Gaming. Lovely approach coming through from them here, funneling their numbers through long into that A-bomb site, catching inSanitY, backtracking. Snow's in some, I say Snow's in, that used to be his name, just young Snow now, shedded the Zin. But he was cold in that round. Some great headshots coming through from him. And this was a full investment from inSanitY as well. They'll keep a couple players alive, so they could drop some guns here, but they need the orbs. You know, double orb would be favorable. Full util, need to be able to make some plays here. You know, paiN are going to keep up with this style of just fighting with numbers. It means there's going to be space afforded to the CTs if they're, you know, constantly pushing numbers up short early round or fighting long. Then you want to take tunnels control. You want to get an early flank going. Try and find the gaps in the early round.
Okay, starting to get to this worrying point, though, if inSanitY cannot give us anything to work with. Oh, the nade touchdown is enough to find NQZ. So they do have a few ideas in the back pocket here. paiN will have to win this one from the back foot.
And Lux, well, he's on the front foot. And that was quite a ridiculous attempt on the transfer there. I appreciate it, though. And a kill will also be found onto Shiz, who's aggressing out along. So despite the fact that there was an opening frag out of Delboni, paiN have already been able to restore an advantage. I don't know, Shiz probably getting a little bit ahead of himself there. Maybe kind of sucked into that play by the aggression in middle out of paiN, hoping he could find a bit of a gap, catch people with their attention elsewhere, but doesn't happen. Casson feels like he's got to go searching Big Uzira through the door. Oh, that's quite remarkable.
Just feels like inSanitY have a lot of ideas in the early round, a lot of sort of set plans. But then beyond that, they don't quite know what to do with their mid-rounding, and maybe they are missing a few of the basic foundations of a CT side, really. Still not over quite yet. Maybe it is now. As the backstab comes in, Delboni is too far away.
Yeah, Big Uzira, I mean, he's been monumental here in this series so far. They got trounced on Inferno, didn't they? paiN Gaming just got absolutely demolished by their opponents. They lost 13-5, and it wasn't even like... Sometimes you can have those super one-sided scorelines where it doesn't actually feel like it's an accurate reflection of how one-sided or how close the game was. That 13-5 was an accurate representation, and so was the 13-5 on Mirage. They were both blowouts, as the scoreline would suggest. On Mirage, though, Big Uzira goes 20 for 9. And he's carried that form over into Dust2 as well. So, inSanitY, they're in a lot of trouble right now. That lower bracket looms over their heads. Oh, okay.
Okay. Damn. Looking very problematic now. Very, very problematic. Timeout coming in there before we cross over to the replays, of course. And I don't know. It may well be over before it's even begun, to be honest. As paiN are flying ahead. Yeah, it would. We wanted a competition here for sure.
Especially considering the way that the first map had played out really got us excited about the prospect of an upset here. And if they do just go on to lose the series 2-1 without having contested either of the maps following that Inferno performance, I'd feel like I'd feel a bit hard done by. Kind of like Blue Balls a little bit, getting all excited for inSanitY and then just not getting to really enjoy much else thereafter. Gotta happen here and now in this gun run for inSanitY if there is going to be a turning of the tide. Not the cleanest from Lux, but he will still come out with the opening frag. There's still an AWPer posted on the mid doors. Lux will have further fights offered up to him. It's good info that he's been able to gain, but another frag found from Casson, so inSanitY have a rare advantage.
Maybe they can do something with this. Oh, shot somehow misses. Not the best look, unfortunately. And maybe needed that to really seal the deal in. We have seen paiN come back from these deficits before.
That's true. inSanitY cannot afford to take this for granted. And I like the way that they've bunkered down here across the map as well, not offering up any further fights here to paiN Gaming, rather, who will just cluster up with their 3 remaining players and try and go in towards, say, bomb site. Delboni's here. Nade is drawn. Actually, very good timing there. It turns this M4 into an AK. And already able to just land that one-shot headshot to dispatch of Snow. Shiz, the next man called into the fray, and he will complete the job. So, inSanitY, they're on the board here.
Indeed, at the very least, should be an opportunity for them to close the gap now. But paiN, of course, back in their court, and they'll be happy to take the 11-1 if that's how it has to go. Plenty of cash to buy into this one, but it is not an endless fountain considering the 6-0. I think they do need to get this one down, get the bomb plant at the very least, and it starts well, it's close, but Cowes does win the fight.
Yeah, and this time there's no follow-up there from the CT side to wrest control back in their favor. And it's all good and well that inSanitY are able to get their first round on the board, but there has to be more where that came from. Can't just be a flash in the pan here. Look at their money. A round loss probably condemns them back into eco territory. So, a lot at stake right now here for the CT side.
Creeping out middle for paiN. Oh, big find from Big Uzera. That might turn the tide here. IDK trying to come in, but he's traded instantly. Clean stuff, as the bomb will go down, and it's probably going to have to be a save move for the remaining 2 CTs.
Well, it's probably going to have to be a save here for the remaining CT. Oh, and that's not going to happen either. That is unfortunate timing. 7-1, paiN Gaming straight back to winning ways here. Just ramp the pressure up exponentially now on inSanitY here on this map and the series at large. You know, you look at their money, they'll squeak a buyout here. It's not going to look great, though. Very light on utility. A couple of MP9s as well lose this, and I'd say map, I guess, and at large series pretty much as good as done. So, very worrying signs right now for inSanitY. Cowes will be a little bit upset with that. Probably should have done better from that position, I would say.
Slow roll here, and yet another important round for inSanitY. They have to convert from this position here, Hayes, and it does worry us slightly if they are unable to do so. Slow roll up short this time. Not quite as common from paiN in their T half. So potentially something new for inSanitY to deal with therefore. And you can see the setup is not really perfected for this. One smoke, you know, only gives the presence of one player, so you can't necessarily rotate everybody across. In the same vein, paiN might not even be using everybody at this point. Another smoke to allow just a bit more space. T's to work with. Flash comes in. They're pretty sold on the idea that IDK is hanging around him. Molotov is not quite good enough, though, is it? A lot of space for him to work with. Comes across for one. Traded out quickly. Snow's found a big kill in that lurking position. Gives them the numbers. Gives them the chance to get this bomb down. He keeps going as well. Cutting them off.
Wow, Snow.
Securing the round all by himself. And, yeah, they just really did not pay him enough attention.
Yeah, Snow's done it all there. Bang on the money, able to find that lurk frag in middle, then just creates a lot more space for his team. He continues to just work through mid, getting another frag on the CT player as well, or the long player, I suppose. That was a huge kill out of Snow. I mean, NQZ probably misses a shot there that would have finished off the job in the round, but it's all good because Snow will seal the deal. Great timing on his activation. 1. And another gun round that goes awry here. And this was an opening kill round for inSanitY as well. Yeah, you mentioned, slightly unconventional there for paiN to go up short. I haven't seen that much out of them, but I feel like that's because they just don't really have any other options available, because they haven't been able to get map control long or force rotations or get opening picks, so their hand is somewhat forced. This trade here from NQZ was monumental as well. So important that he hits that shot on IDK ramp, because IDK actually could have found the multi there to wrestle around back for his team, but doesn't work out.
Nice find from NQZ to kick things off here. IDK is hanging around, but Snow will get the better of him, really. Just, I think, a bit too tunneled in on that left-hand angle. 5-7s over the Deagle, looking to try and make something happen here. Fast and close.
Oh, man.
Okay. It's a dangerous angle on the 5-7 for sure.
I called it. Bang on.
You may well have done. Can he keep going? Oh, he will be denied. He just needed a bit more assistance, Someone in to help, someone in to distract. Definitely doable for Delboni, though. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I spoke too soon. Biggest error drops down, finds him in the back.
Man, you and that caster's curse, Scrub. You've been knocking down a couple players, man. You got to have some more responsibility here. Scrub, either way. Great effort from Boston. Problem was, like you said, there was too much damage done in the round. Not enough support, not enough players left around him to try and find some frags elsewhere. 9-1. Complete and utter domination here so far from paiN Gaming. Not taking any prisoners or pulling any punches. And it looks really good while they're at it. Looking like the paiN Gaming we expected coming into the series. Just a quick word on some of the other series. Imperial have eliminated Sharks 2-0. Bestia have eliminated Odic as well 2-0. Some clean victories there for the favorites. MIBR Red Cannons looking destined for a third map. Of course, that's the other upper bracket matchup. Winner of that plays winner of this in the upper bracket final. Winner of that is into the grand final in Pro League as well. It's as simple as that.
Oh, biggest error. Starts off well. paiN looking to seal themselves in. The trades are pretty good, though, especially from Cassin on this orb. Finally getting him in the game. Been a really quiet one from him, but no time like the present.
Yeah, that's actually the first time we've seen inSanitY actually look to make a play in towards middle, and it works out really nicely. I love the setup there. Delboni top mid takes contact. He knows that there's a player in drop down from T-spawn that he's probably going to pull their attention, and Cassin's just posted on that angle. There was actually a third part to the setup which was in lowers, and Biggie Zero gets that kill, but doesn't actually ruin things there for inSanitY. Cassin gets 2. He's had a very quiet half so far. Had 3 kills coming into this round. CT Orpa on Dust2. You need a lot more out of him. Has to be 9-3 here. No two ways about it.
Yeah, man. And they really do need to bounce back solidly. I mean, looks like the paiN boys are still giving this one a go. So, very, very curious to see how this is going to pan out. Oh. Shuz hidden away. Will be brought out into the open. Keen headshot, but he trades some damage. Molotov going to buy some time here for the CTs to get in as well. Plant is successful. Not much they can do about that. NQZ trying to be the hero. Kind of had to be, unfortunately. Unable. So, just 17 HP. Cowes to pull off the miracle here. Oh, first one looks crisp, to be fair. Playing the headshot angle, but it befalls him, unfortunately, and inSanitY will get it done.
Okay, they double up their round count. As I said, they desperately require 3 rounds in this first half at the rock bottom bare minimum. Then pistol, conversion, gun round, yada, yada, yada. A whole lot more thereafter is the point. But at least they've been able to get themselves a second here. Like I say, setup was a lovely one. Good to see them getting in the faces of paiN Gaming. First time we've really seen it here in this half, and it works out very well for them. And they secure that third now.
Oh, Biguzera trying to find the opener here once again for his team, but denied the opportunity. Fasten creeping forward with the assistance of the AWP. Raiders instant, and Kawes knows what's up. Keen finds from him. B bomb site ripped open as the smokes rain over.
Oh, and Biguzera, he's so good at finding these timings, man. He hears the rotations and recognizes his moment to pounce, and he capitalizes accordingly. Still gonna hang around here. Delboni knows Biguzera. Pretty scary player to take a gunfight against right now, but Delboni will come out on top. 1v3 turn 1v2. Snow is low, so it's very doable for Delboni, and he's not going to be going for the discreet approach here either. His molly, is that onto Snow? It actually is. Snow doesn't have the health for this. Delboni will just tap him down. Another incendiary to buy more time, and he'll know that NQZ is in this corner. He'll have a very good idea of it. At least he's got a kit, so time not as much of a problem. He's got the AK. NQZ has the M4, and that's what's going to cost him his life. Delboni, what a clutch.
Absolutely massive. Exactly what inSanitY needed moving into this second half. It is still going to be a tough uphill battle. But maybe, just maybe, they can get things done here, folks. We're going to take a break, of course. When we are back, Dust2 continues.
For what should be the final time tonight, we are back after a short break. And I only say that because I'm pretty sure we get another break after like 3 sets of overtime or something like that. Scruv, you can correct me. But I don't think that this should ever be going to OT. 9-3. Complete and utter domination there from paiN Gaming in the first half. inSanitY maybe slightly pry the door a little bit open towards the end of the half. They're stringing consecutive rounds together. I don't know, man. Where's your copium at this point? You got any?
Maybe not, man. It's a tough look here, honestly. I think that, you know, this is going to be a really, really difficult kind of proceeding. But maybe they can buy themselves some time, buy themselves a decent game out of things for sure, which, you know, would help moving into that lower bracket. Flash is absolutely brilliant. Takes a lot of work for NQZ to get that second head, but Might still be enough, to be honest. They were so very blind. The second flash, not quite as good, but it's just slowing them down, allowing the CTs to get a good read here. Boost coming in as well. Not fully committing. I like that. Snow plays it well, finds the head, drops the bomb, leaving it down to Delboni, and he is stuck at car. Pistol goes the way of paiN.
Big fan of the CT side, so can disrupt the T side on a pistol round like that, flashing through the smoke, just never allowing for inSanitY to get comfortable. And it works out perfectly. NQZ, you were bang on the money. NQZ was so fortunate that that was a perfect flashbang because, well, he misses so many shots and eventually he realizes, like, all right, I just got to calm down here. Stand still. These guys are completely blind and he will find 2 kills there. But paiN Gaming, they win the pistol and get themselves up to double digits. Where do you stand on the force buy here, mate? Because I'm thinking 10-3, you've got a full save, get a gun round at 11-3. All eggs in one basket here, and it's resting on a force buy.
Oh, NQZ. This is out. Yeah, I was maybe thinking the force buy is a bit of a wild call, but like, you know, you need luck to go your way. I don't think it matters whether it's in a force or in a rifle. You know that you're going to be struggling here, so why not get it started sooner, I suppose? And they're nearly finding big success here. Looks lucky to be alive.
They're going to go searching, going to go hunting for him here as well. Look at how they've cut the map down the middle. It's only Snow who's over on that B-bomb site right now. There are 3 smoke grenades in play here for the CT side as well. So this is looking really good here for inSanitY right now. If you're Kawes, you probably have to push long. They need something in the round. Snow has got an impossible job on his hands. Cassin's going to get double swung. He actually gets a collateral there, by the way. Snow stands tall with a multi of his own, and he can't even afford to clock out just yet. Snow running out of ammo. Down to the Julies. A lot of damage done to Cassin, but Snow's lost his life out, and that means Kawes is left in the clutch here. 1 versus 2. Looking good for inSanitY on the force buy.
We'll see. Kawes in this clutch situation. Creeping in. He is being watched for, but it's behind the smoke, so he might be able to creep forwards. No, not going to happen. They spot his shadow and will take him down as that smoke starts to dissipate. inSanity's force buy. It does indeed find success. I think paiN going to be kicking themselves because they do have to be careful here, man. T-side could just start flying, bro. Really, really could hit.
Yeah. I mean, winning the force buy is a massive reprieve here for inSanitY. Kind of similar to what happened on Mirage, if you remember. I think that was a 9-3 half there as well. And then it was force wars in full effect. Rounds being traded back and forth and then paiN. Well, obviously had a lot more rounds to play with. Boston out towards long. Along with his teammate, will be able to secure control. And the best possible start here to try and deny the force wars on Dust2.
Fasten starts well, so you would assume it sets inSanitY up in good stead. They don't have to commit out long here. They can just play more patient game. I think that's exactly what they are going to do. IDK on this MP9 gathering some information on the other side of the map. Do have to be careful, you know, for my money, if they don't end A, I think it could be very problematic. It seems like paiN, even with the utility coming over towards B, are not really going to move all that much. Why not commit to the idea ahead of time?
Yeah, exactly.
However, with the deep push in from IDK, it wasn't, you know, just a utility fake. They now know that B is clear.
And I love that. When you're in a round where you've got such a massive weaponry advantage, you just want to use somebody as a scout to try and get infos to exactly how the CTs are set up. Delboni, a number of players heading in his direction, and actually been able to isolate these fights smartly. I mean, it's a force buy here from paiN, so they're looking for more than just damage, but they're not going to be able to find much in the round here. IDK will finish off the job 10-5. inSanitY weathered the storm against the force buy, and now they should be able to close the gap to 4. Keep in mind, the loser of this game plays against the winner between Imperial and Sharks, which we obviously now know is Imperial. So we could have a little date set up here. Another round of another matchup between inSanitY and Imperial would be interesting to see in the lower brackets. Some revenge, I'm sure Imperial would be out for.
Yeah, hopefully, man. That could be a pretty cool matchup. I'm not sure if we've got much of a choice for tomorrow. I think we might just end up getting given a game, but maybe one that we could follow along with, for sure. Rolling through the motions here. USB, the only one to find success as yet. But, again, any kind of kill is going to be good in that round. Lux has got himself a bit of extra money.
Okay, well, paiN Gaming's still obviously in a very comfortable position right now, up 10-6 here on the decider. Dust2 now marked as the most competitive map we've had in this series so far, as the least rounds a team could have at the end of this, the losing team could be 6. inSanitY going to be hoping for more, though. paiN with this orb, boosts up, going to catch a player on the cross, and NQZ tries to peek out to deal with paiN knowing he's there, but he's gone down as well, and it looks like they actually realized they've tagged up this topside player. Oh my goodness, this is looking really good for inSanitY off the bat in the gun round.
Oh, Lux does well to win that fight. Out towards long could be a big one here. It's Cowes. He's set to push in. The flames will spread to him, and that's the last thing that he wanted, unfortunately. A lot of damage done across the board here, and with that kill coming in, it's going to be tough to mount a defense. Yeah,
surely, like, impossible, borderline, at least for Big Uzira, all by himself right now in the corner on the speed bomb side. Like, even 2 kills leaves the team in a 2v2 retake, so from us. Not an ideal weapon by any stretch of the imagination, and Boston will just be able to force the gunfight. 10-7. inSanitY claw their way back. This is all born off the back of that force fire I was questioning. Getting down incredibly close on that occasion, but inSanitY not going to be looking back. They get in their groove here on Dust2. And I like the way that they approach that round as well. Pretty standard, pretty simple. You know, paiN dropping down from spawn, gets an opening kill, but he also recognizes he's tagged to be anchor. Kind of just pressure up short to make sure that paiN don't know exactly what's going on, and then eventually finish off on that B-bomb site.
Cowes trying to survive here. They are after him. Really big deal if inSanitY are able to take him down here. It's looking kind of likely. He's being pushed from both sides, but he's trying his best to survive. To be fair to him, the force is just, or rather the fight is just forced on him in the end. So really big deal. inSanitY are closing this gap very fast.
Yeah, the rates of knots. They were down, what, 10-3 at one point. 10-7 makes for far better reading, and it should be 10-8 here, considering paiN are going to have to eco. I wonder. paiN has really come alive in a big way as well. I think he had like 3 kills in the 11th round of Dust2. Looking a whole lot better from him. They do need to be careful in this round though, because it's not like it's without its potential pitfalls. Couple scouts MP9 as well. Got to proceed with caution here if you're inSanitY.
Yeah, you do indeed. But again, the first kill goes their way. They will take things nice and carefully. Looks... Oh, that's unfortunate, to be fair. You know, there's as much as he possibly can with the MP9. The AK just beats you there. Snow on this B-bomb site is going to be the only defense at the moment. We'll get traded out instantly, so not really all that much coming out of this round for paiN, to be honest. Are you saving here? Probably not, right? Maybe the scout you can make an argument for. But even then, feels kind of flat. If I'm being brutal, inSanitY will move up to 8 rounds, though, bringing it within 1 rifle, ultimately.
At least another kill, but I guess economic damage not much of a factor at this point. Could become later on in the map. Either way, 10-8. I mean, it's been A lot of breathing room here for paiN Gaming, just born off of the success we saw in the first half from them, going up 9-3, winning the pistol to start off the second 10-3. They were sitting pretty 3 rounds away from finishing off the job. Problem is, they're still 3 rounds away from finishing off the job, while inSanitY have won 5 rounds in a row since then. Largely predicated off of Cassen's new lease on life here, 17-11, 10-8. And if inSanitY win this gun round, then I'm actually feeling very nervous for paiN all of a sudden. The side of Dust2 can feel really difficult to find rounds if you're not hitting your shots.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in agreement. Very, very scary here. Oh, NQZ finds the key frag. Could it be a turning point now for paiN? They've really split the attack. I think they were hoping to get away with a very, very cheeky move there, and it does not work out.
Perfectly posted on that angle, finds an opening frag, something that's been hard to come by here for paiN Gaming in the second half. Lux not looking great in that gunfight at all, gonna go down, and that makes life so difficult for Snow now in the corner. Desperately gonna be hoping for some support to come through from Big Zero, who's dumping the utility. Snow not actually spotted by Delboni, and the flashes buy some more time here for Snow. Shiz has also been tagged down. Surely not another from Snow, absolutely. Great multi-kill coming through from Snow. NQZ with a single bullet from the USP. He started off the round, he will finish it as well, and paiN Gaming finally up to 11.
Just about. It has been dicey. It has been touch and go for a little while, but back when they need to, they have managed to find it. Super important round. Really, really well done from them. And they potentially are in prime position now, but
yeah,
super tough to say.
I just can't believe how much work Snow's able to get done from that position there. Huge individual moments out of him. Very impressive indeed. The youngster standing tall when his team needs him to the most. Snow's been touted as an exciting prospect for a while now. Was it before 2023 even? I mean, I know he was in a team with Steel. You know, the OG Steel from the Luminosity gaming days. That was with Case. Yeah, that was 2023. That's the first time that he had kind of been on my radar, at least, and I thought Steel was a fantastic player to kind of have guide Snow in the early stages of his career and impart some valuable knowledge, experience. Away. NQZ again, another opening kill here for his team with that AWP.
Nice find. Really nice find indeed. Once again, paiN, as they have been put under pretty severe pressure here, maybe are starting to open up a bit more and go deeper into the locker, particularly for these opening segments of the round. It is full short control from inSanitY, looking to just roll through the motions. Not a lot available in terms of the info. Just gonna get that basic execute out and hope for the best with this one. Bit of a wing and a prayer. The flash up is perfect. Cowers gets himself another as well. Trying to buy some more time and space. These rotations coming in. Headshots being landed. 2 remain. Shuz lines a couple up, but just cannot find the bullets. It's Cassen alone, and he has to back off.
I mean, Cassen's still going to kind of just hold an angle here and see if he can find something. 1 versus 3. I mean, does he attempt this one? Looking at the finances, if he dies here, he gets $1,900. That's enough for an AK armor in the next round, but certainly won't have his beloved AWP. So how much does he actually value the AWP here? Enough. With 15 seconds on the clock, there's no way he'll commit to death here. But paiN will get themselves up to map and series point. Great game coming through from them here on Dust2 so far. NQZ again with another key opening kill. Carways does well from Goose to find a frag and stay alive. Rotations have been on point here from paiN as well. And they've now got 4 chances to finish off the job. 4 opportunities to lock themselves a spot into that upper bracket final.
really, really crisp finds, as you can see in the replays, man. It is a good, solid look here for paiN. It has been hard fought, don't get me wrong. You know, I think overall this series, this map, especially in the end, is coming a hell of a lot closer than we really could have counted on. Oh, Cowes ready for them through the smoke. Just a Hail Mary here from inSanitY, and it is not working out. Yeah, man, the long rush. It was read by paiN. They were very ready for it. They will take the series over the line 2-1. As mentioned previously, a long evening for them, and a wake-up call for sure, but they will still fend off against inSanitY and continue moving forwards here.
Like you say, the long play telegraphed by paiN. I think that Cow has had like a slight moment of trigger discipline there to allow that